cash for me. We up the on the oppas and we dropping. Y'all squad wannabes. Y'all really not the stop. Whoa, I know you see me grinding. I don't ride no rollie cause my time is timeless. Why you tricking off racks on that? I'm tucking money in the safe for my kid and I'm good in the hood. Never tell that girl the truth.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And the pregame warm-ups are wrapping up out in Houston, where it'll be the Rockets going up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, one thing they've talked about, sustaining focus on the defensive end, allowing no easy shots, trying to be disruptive, maybe causing some turnovers that can lead to easy buckets in transition. In tonight's game, Carmelo Anthony, one of the top scorers in the history of the NBA.
History?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right. That's right.
No,
that's right.
deep into his 30s
Yeah.
now. And for him, Kenny, it's become about trying to win an NBA title.
Yeah, because he's got the gold medals, he's got the double-digit All-Star appearances, and a scoring title. But what he has not attained is the ultimate goal of getting the ring.
You know, he's put up some Hall of Fame numbers, and at this point, he just wants to win.
I agree.
Yeah. And what are his chances?
Doesn't matter because he'll never surpass us. We have 6 rings up here, Ernie.
Wow.
4, 2, and 0. That's 6.
You have such a great way of putting things.
Yeah, you didn't have to call Ernest out.
I didn't call him out. I just said we as a team, we have 6 rings.
That's true.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. You don't have to say 4, 2, and 0.
Okay.
You just say we have 6 rings up here at this desk.
We have
Got
6
it.
rings.
6 rings at this
2
desk.
over here,
4 over there.
0. But it makes 6.
We're still champions, Ernie.
We're
My
still
self-esteem is taking a beating today.
That's all right.
We used to
Taking
get
a beating.
We used to get Emmys
Taking
until
a beating.
But Emmys.
No,
Emmys counts
Yeah.
as rings.
we used to get a lot of Emmys until
Oh, that's how they go.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Starting power forward at 6'6" number 4. Starting in the number 4 position, standing 6'8", number 7, from Los Angeles. In the middle, 16 inches, number 15, Walkkthrough. At point, at 6'0" number 3, Chris Paul. And starting guard, number 18, let's hear it for your Houston Rockets.
On the road, looking for a win against their Western Conference rival, the Dallas Mavericks are ready for this thing to get started. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. With Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. These teams always seem, Doris, to be in each other's way. And how different is the atmosphere in a rivalry game like this one?
Yeah, Kev, we sense it on the sideline, don't we?
We do, yes.
You know, a little bit of an air of dislike, a growing discontent that you're constantly in each other's way. Rivalries are built when teams consistently meet when there is something on the line. And that is what has happened with these two. And I'll tell you, we get to sit back and enjoy it, Kevin.
When you played, Doris, were those the most fun games for you as a player?
No doubt. No doubt you wanted to beat that team that was always standing in your way. So then in the summertime, you had a little bragging right.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. The 4 is Barnes with Jordan as the 5. Smith at point and Doncic next to him. And it's Matthews in at the 3 slot. Smith kicks to Matthews. Passes it to Jordan. And they pick up 2. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Pass to Tucker. Now here's Capella. Going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Dallas on defense. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
No good on the second free throw. And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer. A striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, you know, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start. And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Here's Barnes. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Barnes has got his first 2 points. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, earlier I spoke with Mike D'Antoni. He said they have to do a good job of moving their feet defensively. That's the only way they're going to avoid getting dunked on. He said they also want to turn guys who are slashers into jump shooters. See if that works, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
From 13 and too long on the shot. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Jordan, the pass to Doncic. Over Harden. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Jordan. And that's now 7 points for Luka Doncic. Rockets trail by 4. Anthony kicks to Capella to halt the run, and the dunk by Capella.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Smith with it. The dish to Matthews. 6 to shoot. Jordan. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Clint Capella.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And DeAndre Jordan, the all-time leader in career field goal percentage, Greg, by a sizable margin.
Yeah, the most prolific dunker in the league, maybe in league history.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Gordon subbed in for P.J. Tucker.
Well, great vision by Nene, right? I mean, if you're the help defensive guy, you can't leave your man. He's that good a passer.
Barea against Paul. Barea kicks to Jordan. Back to Barea. Doncic dishes to Barea. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The shot's good from Jordan. Jordan's got his second basket of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Paul. Softly drops in the floater.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Over to the wing. Nowitzki for three. Rebound by Anthony. Houston's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. And it's Gordon missing.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. For the Rockets, Anderson comes in for Anthony. And it's James Ennison for James Harden. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. .125 left in the first. Barea against Paul. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Paul's got his third basket of the night.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Down low, here's Nowitzki. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
I tell you, Dirk is going to hit these interior shots constantly. With his size, defenders don't have much of a chance in there.
Pass to Ennis. There's 48 seconds left here in the opening quarter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, when Chris Paul came to the Rockets, a lot of people questioned if he and James Harden would be able to share the ball. Both known for being ball-dominant guards, I think you'd have to say it's worked out pretty well.
And the first one at the line is good.
And no doubt Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
Dallas making a switch here. Kleba's checked in. And both free throws good from Paul.
There's that accurate touch of his at the stripe. He is locked in.
Here is Barea. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. The pass to Kleba. Feeds it to Doncic. He dishes it to Barea. The kick out to Barnes. Shot clock at 3. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Now Gordon. To Paul. Over Barea, and Paul with the basket on the assist by Gordon. Paul's got 11 points.
Wow, what a crafty player. Gets it done any way he has to.
A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for Houston. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul, and Chris talked about where all that started.
It's been a sort of long relationship, you know, and obviously me, Bron, Melo, D-Wade have all really got really close. And that stems from the time with the Olympics, USA teams, and then just sharing a lot of the same likes and values and having kids and family and different things like that.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Kleber in at the foursome. The Dallas Mavericks last season could not have been more disappointing, Doris.
Well, you think about management for this organization, Kevin. They had tried to avoid a rebuild. But at some point, every franchise probably has to go through it. And one of the things you must have in a rebuild is patience.
Green kicks to Paul. Goes back up. Powell pulls it in.
And a surprise he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time.
Yes, that goes in. And that's now 9 points for Luka Doncic.
Yeah, not just a finisher now. Barnes always willing to make the extra pass.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard and a hand-and-glove fit, the 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff, thanks. Houston shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. P.J. Tucker comes in for Ryan Anderson. And it's Harden in for Paul. Dallas also making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Powell. Matthews comes in for Barnes. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Now, here's Doncic. 9 points in the game so far. Dallas moving it around. Jordan kicks to Doncic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. Rockets leading by 4. Harden outside. And here's Green outside. A three-pointer is right on target.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Here's Kleber. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And Matthews kicks to Kleber. Shot clock at 5. Back to Matthews. Dishes it to Jordan. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Of course, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for me.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates, hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos of things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows?
And the Mavericks with possession here after the Rockets pick up 3. Nowitzki. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists tonight.
But I tell you, it's been a long time since Dirk lacked for confidence in catch-and-shoot situations. Lights out.
Now here's Green, and the basket by Harden.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Jordan. It's stolen by Capella. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Mavericks trail by 8. To the wing on the left. Nowitzki, that's for 2. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
I think you could say Dirk Nowitzki has textbook form. His jump shot just about perfect.
Harden against Smith. Harden the pass to Tucker. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open 3.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Gordon's checked in for Green. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Dallas. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Nowitzki outside. Shoots the 3. The shot, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. Gordon inside. He's covered by Matthews. Harden, that's good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
On the wing, Barnes. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Houston making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Capella. And Paul subbed in for P.J. Tucker. 46 seconds left now here in the second. Anderson against Smith. With his first shot attempt, here's Jordan. Good work defensively by Paul.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
Mavericks trail by 11. Nowitzki for 3. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, good luck trying to contest Dirk from that spot. He does not get flustered by defense when he's shooting beyond the arc.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Smith outside. Right side, Jordan. And so it's Houston. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first half. How important is that contribution to the team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA, and when they come to play like we playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game, it makes it a tough team to beat, and you know, just hopefully we can keep that up.
I'm sure it puts confidence in you and in the coach going into the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He had 13 points and 1 rebound. A solid performance already for him, and he might erupt in the second half if his last game is any indication of what we might see. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
And over to Kenny. Let's get your insights on Dallas.
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. A shot by Harden, wide open. No good from outside. Mavericks trailed by 11. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Melo and Tucker are the forwards. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Rockets shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. The wide open look here for Anthony. The three-pointer, no good. Here's Dallas. Smith outside. Jordan the screen. Smith the pass to Jordan. Over in the corner, Doncic. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Rockets leading by 11. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got the first basket of the second half. That one for Houston.
You know, the ability to seize the opportunity, see the daylight, get that position, and Melo, one of the best to ever do it.
Now here's Barnes. He's guarded closely. From down in the low post, it goes. Barnes has got his third basket of the night right there. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
There's a seriousness about Harrison Barnes and the way he approaches his improvement as an NBA player. This guy had to work on being able to create his own shot, which led to that increased scoring after joining Dallas. I think the next step is probably, can you create for others and make them better?
A 3 from Matthews. It's rebounded by Houston.
I don't like their energy level since the break, right? They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots.
They get it again. Harden kicks to Capella. Pass to Tucker. Screen by Capella. Three-pointer. And Carmelo Anthony hits from deep. Anthony's got 5 now. And for Barnes, the improvements aren't limited, Doris, to his offensive game.
Well, think back to a year ago, Kevin. He had career numbers in terms of his rebounding productivity. It had been a knock on him in the past. But let's give his work ethic in the offseason credit. This guy added a new wrinkle to his game.
Houston making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. James Ennis comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Green in for James Harden. Dallas also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Maxi Kleber comes in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Dennis Smith.
That's just great concentration by Wes Matthews. Absorbs the hit and nails it.
And Wes Matthews, that veteran wing from Marquette, has always been a strong 3-and-D player since coming into the league back in '09. Year in and year out, it is a great source of long-range shooting.
And that one misses. And with Matthews, his consistency from outside over his career, Greg, is remarkable.
You know, some guys have good years and then down years, but Matthews just seems to always be on. I mean, you can write him in for about 150 or more threes every season. To have his kind of shooting percentages on his volume for a career is really rare in the NBA.
So it's the Mavericks now, following the score by Houston. 4 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Barnes.
Well, Kevin, he's just able to score from anywhere on the floor, but Barnes loves that high percentage area.
That's tipped. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some O.
Houston leading by 10. Paul left side. Shoots over Barea. And it's Paul missing.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. And Green with the basket on the assist by Paul. Green's got 7 points in the game.
The vision, the timelessness of Chris Paul's game. For many years, he's made everyone around him better.
Matthews against Green. And here's Barnes for 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
Now here's Paul. He's got 13. Barnes outside. And here's Ennis. Tucker dishes to Ennis. In the corner, it's Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from three-point range. Mavericks trailed by 7. Matthews passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And Kevin, I think this is where Powell is really trying to improve, right? Sacrificing his body, taking it right to the defense.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Houston. Carmelo Anthony comes in for P.J. Tucker. The Mavericks have come up empty at the line so far in 3 attempts.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Capella kicks to Paul. Shoots over Barea. Another miss by Houston. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. A drive by Barnes. A nice shot by Barea.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
36 seconds left in the third. Screen by Capella. Outside Anthony for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Anthony's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Rockets. Mavericks trail by 6. Barea, the pass to Nowitzki. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Nowitzki's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
But both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
Here's Anthony. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Rockets lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Inside pairing is Dirk and Jordan. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. And it's Smith in at the point. Down low, Capella.
And Jordan's mere presence can affect shots. I mean, he's easily one of the league's premier shot blocking artists.
Smith on the wing, defended by Paul. Smith kicks to Jordan. Barnes passes to Jordan. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nowitzki, that's for 2. And that one's on target from the wing. Nowitzki's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Dallas. Outside Anthony, jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Jordan sets the pick for Doncic to take the lead. The shot by Jordan, no good.
Well, I think the defense took that possession off. I'm pretty sure he won't miss next time.
Gordon with no one around, and it's off the back rim, no good. Doncic dishes to Barnes. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Now here's Paul. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Greg, another free agent this past summer was Chris Paul. Many unsure of what his plans might be, but he made them very clear in a hurry.
Paul signing very early in free agency with the Rockets. Huge 4-year deal worth $160 million. Rockets are in win now mode and were willing to commit the money to Paul to give them a shot at winning a title in the next few seasons.
And he makes the first. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Smith. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Nowitzki out to Smith. Back to Nowitzki. The pass to Doncic for the 3. Harden with the defensive effort. Rockets have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Anthony. And yes, it's good. Anthony's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Nowitzki for 3. It's rebounded by Paul.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Anthony with it, picked up by Nowitzki. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. Smith the pass to Jordan. Screen by Smith. Passes it to Kleber. The 3. Here's Doncic. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, he gets the separation he needs. You can't say the same for his aim, though.
Oh, boy, it looks like he was injured there.
And I'll tell you, this is the last thing you want to see.
I just feel so bad for him. What he's going through right now, you just have to hope and pray that it's not too serious.
Houston making a switch here. Tucker's checked in. So it's the Mavericks now. They trail by 7. Now here's Doncic, guarded by Harden. Shot to stop the run, and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
And Luka Doncic, not the top pick in the draft this past June, but one of the more exciting names out of this rookie class.
Dallas made a point to trade up and draft him. Doncic not playing in the summer league as he has had a hefty workload in Europe before the draft. Still came away with Euro MVP honors, and at his age, that is incredible. And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Paul on the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Jordan's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. From 12 feet out. Dallas, no good that time either.
He's fighting it in this quarter. Hasn't been able to get into any sort of groove.
You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. In Europe, Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously, can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Nowitzki's shot is no good. Jordan kicks to Doncic. 1:52 left in the game.
And here we go, guys. This possession could make or break them right here.
That's a 2 from Paul. The step back jumper is good. And the Rockets lead by 6.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 6. 1:43 left here in the fourth quarter. And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Chris Paul.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. They have been getting killed from long range tonight, and he said, we can't lose track of their shooters. We're overpacking the lane, and we're leaving them wide open. Guys, we'll see if they can make the adjustment.
Jordan, the pass to Doncic. Floats one up. That shot off. The Rockets go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Doncic with the steal.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball.
And there's Eric Gordon on the assist from Harden.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Kicks it to Capella. And counted, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. James Ennis comes in for Eric Gordon. Green, he's checked in for James Harden. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Chris Paul. Williams against Smith. Here's Capella. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, it's not looking good at this point.
You know, it just doesn't seem like they have enough time to get back into this one, and it has to be disappointing.
Carter-Williams dishes to Green. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Both free throws good from Green.
Well, that's going to do it. And the only chance they had was for him to miss those. Instead, he's absolutely perfect.
Offensive rebound. And Jordan gets it to go. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 16 rebounds. So Houston wins it. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. What's your team's mindset right now in terms of approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. Our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Great effort tonight, James. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
So it put the logos on you like a Chanel.